We move on to our next speaker, who's a woman entrepreneur. Please help me welcome Ms. Reddy, Managing Director, Hitech Magnetics and Electronics Private Limited.
The 21st century is led by women across the world. There was a young engineering student pursuing her final year in 1984 at Bengaluru, who decided to move on as a technical entrepreneur. Reddy is the Managing Director of Hitech Magnetics, which is a small-scale unit manufacturing customized electronic transformers and coils. While in college, used to enjoy PCB design jobs as they were a way to make a little pocket money during holidays. Her business acumen adopted the idea and grew it to a company worth millions of rupees with exports to the USA.
So it was quite a surprise for my parents that I went ahead doing engineering, which does not really run in our family. And then on top of that, I said I'm going to start my business, and we are not from a business family. It was even more difficult for that. Then I had to go and ask them for a collateral security for the 25,000 rupees loan, and my mother was shocked. My father encouraged me.
Being from a middle-class family, starting up the company for young Uma was not so easy. Growth graph of Hitech Magnetics has always remained upward in all aspects. As the years passed, Hitech has achieved many awards and accolades.
I started this business even before I got married. It took some time for my in-laws to understand what I was doing. When I received my appreciation award, everybody was talking about how successfully I was running this business.
Hitech Magnetics, an ISO 9001-2000 accredited company, as a policy prefers 90% of their employees to be women. Uma has a strong sense of social responsibility of giving back to the community. As a result, she spends about 40% of her time to various social organizations and associations.
During the growth path of my business, I had an order where I needed to give in a safety security. Asking for collateral security as a fixed deposit for giving bank guarantee for a tender document was not done. I gave the fixed deposit, I got my bank guarantee, went ahead with getting my tender document cleared. Took it up as a case study and made a presentation to the finance department. This actually opened the eyes, and I feel that this actually provided an opportunity for new entrepreneurs to get the support from the bank without having collateral security.
Uma has participated and led various conferences and trade groups across the world.
After my daughter was born, I would bring her when there was some urgent work. I needed to sit up or stay back in the office beyond 7 o'clock. I would bring her here and she would do some reading or writing while I was working. And I feel somewhere that mentoring has become very infectious, and she's also become an entrepreneur now and runs her own business.
Through an unconventional venture like Hitech Magnetics, Uma has certainly secured her place in the legacy of empowered women of the world.
If you have that passion and if you have that fire in your belly to make a success of your business, then it's an excellent opportunity for any entrepreneur, especially a women entrepreneur. I feel this is the right time for any woman entrepreneur, for any entrepreneur for that matter in the SME, to set up and start a business. Dignitaries on the dais, our fellow SME entrepreneurs, saluting the few women entrepreneurs that are there. Ladies and gentlemen, namaste, namaskara. Good morning or good afternoon. Would like to bring in greetings and Happy New Year. And also this is the week of our harvest festival. So a happy Makar Sankranti and Uttarayan or Pongal, whatever that is. First and foremost, let me take this opportunity to thank GIDC for your kind invitation and your support in showcasing MSMEs in this prestigious convention, Vibrant Gujarat. A very special thank you to include women entrepreneurs to be part of mainstream business. I have my business running in Bangalore, and I really appreciate the Vibrant Gujarat for having included a first-generation entrepreneur from Bangalore here in Vibrant Gujarat. I am a woman entrepreneur, but let me share something. End of the day, it's business to business. There is nothing but our products and services that will make our business successful. Yes, the challenges are many for any entrepreneur, and a little bit more for women entrepreneurs. As women entrepreneurs, we wear many hats. So most of the time, it's like the business per se. It's the hat of the family and the hat of social networking or the family activities that keeps us very, very busy. And hence, we're always balancing this whole process and trying to perfect that. If you talk about business, the challenges are the same. Be it for men or for women, gender has no role. So if I go through any associations or any mainstream associations and we are talking about issues, then we talk about issues. Maybe it's a central sales tax issue. It could be something to do with raw material sourcing. It could be something to do with maybe a CNC operator required for your machines. When it comes to women entrepreneur associations, we probably talk a little bit more. We talk about, hey, my cook gave me a royal dish today. What do I do? We also talk about, I have to go to a PTA meeting in school, or I have an unwell mother to take care. So these are just the additional things that we as women entrepreneurs in our associations talk. But at the end of the day, overcoming challenges, making our business successful is the key mantra. So you've just seen this media presentation where we showcase high-tech magnetics and electronics, a journey that I started 30 years ago while I was in my final year of engineering. And we started manufacturing transformers, coils, and inductors, and everything which is required for an electronic product industry. We moved on in this journey, and now we moved into manufacturing of surveillance cameras, because that's the order of the day for the safety and security. And we supply this to multinational companies, public sector units. We have been doing it for companies like PSUs, like Bharat Electronics. For defense products, we do for BHEL. We manufacture for customers like ABB, meeting stringent requirements of quality. We now started manufacturing for ISRO for satellite application. And being in the component industry, most of our products are manufactured for customers within the country, but then the products go for global supplies. The other activity which I do is I volunteer my time for non-profit associations, and I've been very active with many chambers of commerce, the Federation of Karnataka Chamber of Commerce, the Consortium of Electronic Industries, and of course I founded an organization called eMerge for women in technology, business, and services. In high-tech magnetics and electronics, our prime focus has always been people, product, and performance. And that helps us achieve our objective of quality, cost, and delivery to our customer. And how do we achieve this? How can I achieve this? I need to get the people in. And how do we get people to perform better? And we can do that only with training. And our dynamic Prime Minister just spoke yesterday, and he's been speaking about the need for skill development, the need for reskilling, for manufacturing, and for Make in India. Taking this forward, I've always been focusing in the company right from beginning, not only on just tech skills and reskilling, but also on management skills. Simple things as even personal hygiene within the company or within or for people alone. It could also be something to do with attitudinal training. These were our key focus areas within the company for, for getting the people to work better. As SMEs, we as entrepreneurs, we attend various workshops and seminars, and then we learn a lot. But we have to also ensure that the staff of our companies are also going through a lot of training programs for their growth. And we keep doing this as part of our regular activities every week, every month, so that most of them keep getting trained, if not reskilled, as technology keeps changing. Especially in our field of electronics, our technology changes so much, obsolescence levels of products are so very high that we have to keep having a reskilling process in place. We also take them on exposure visits so that they are able to learn better and then come back and implement within our companies. So let me tell you a short story. A few years ago, in business, we always have our ups and downs. When we have lots of work, we have no staff. And when we have no work, we find all our staff are there in the company. So this is the trend for SMEs. So there was a boom time a few years ago in one quarter where there was huge amount of business and we had no people. And how do we get people for SMEs? It's very, very difficult to get. So we were discussing this in our association eMerge and we said, let's work out a mechanism. So there is a small place called Tumkur district, which is very close to Bangalore, which has also been identified as one of the smart cities by the Prime Minister. So here we conducted a training program. We decided we'd conduct an awareness program on basic engineering skills, and we thought we will get the women. So how do we reach out to these women? So we put a small scroller in those cable TVs which go to the remote villages. And when we came in, had a fixed day for interviews, we had planned to do a training program for 25 women, and we landed up having 100 applications. We decided we'll involve the Department of Industries and Commerce, and we invited them, and we said, well, let's have an interview with them. And each story of these women were heart-rending. Some of them were school dropouts, some of them were college dropouts, some were degrees, but were working in the field, earning some 50, 100 rupees per day. Some of them had a drunken husband or who had a husband who was unwell, and they had to fend for the family. And they had children to take care. They had old people to take care. So how do you take care of, get these people involved into economic activities? So we brought them to Bangalore. We said, please leave your children with some relative. And we organized a 2-week hands-on skill training program in basic engineering skills. We found a resource person from Bharat Electronics who was willing to give theory training. And for the practical training, 2 of us decided that we would give our own workshops, our shop floors for training. We shared it between us, 1 week in my company and another week in another friend's company. And to cut the story short, at the end of the 2 weeks, we had a small booklet of each of these profiles of all these 23 women who went through the training program. And we circulated it just among our committee members or among the members of our association. All 23 were placed. And some of them actually took a joint house to stay together. Some of them decided that they would go back to the company and then they go back to the village and started finding work there. So these, with all the new initiatives of the government, be it the central government or be it the state government, both government of Karnataka has also come out with many, many plans for supporting skill development. We believe that there is a huge opportunity for entrepreneurship development. When I started my business, it was not conducive. We had the license Raj, we did not have an environment. But right now, the environment is so vibrant for entrepreneurship development, and I think we as entrepreneurs should make all efforts to provide such opportunities to help other women set up their business. I just wanted to just end this by saying, did you know that according to recognized aerotechnical tests, the bumblebee cannot fly? If you've all seen the bumblebee, it cannot fly, because of its shape and weight in relation to its total wing area. But the bumblebee does not know this, and it keeps flying. I think we as entrepreneurs should do the same. We should keep performing and keep going forward. And let me close by quoting one last quote by George Bernard Shaw. This is something which I grew up right through my school days. It was a small quote which was there in my classroom, and it said, "You see things as they are and ask why. But I, as an entrepreneur," let me repeat, "but I, as an entrepreneur, dream of things that never were and ask why not." And it's that why not that makes us all successful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.